Hey guys, so what's up? So today we're going to be talking about a little bit about CS2. And the reason I wanted to make this video was because I get the feeling that a lot of people are hopefully maybe new players and you're kind of lost, or you may be kind of like me and maybe not that good. So if you look here, I've got my ranking on this account and I'm at 36, 35, which is very low. You know, I've seen some lower ranks, 1,000 plus, all 2,000, but this is still pretty down there. You know, the rating rankings go to 30K, so it's very, very low. But, so the reason I wanted to make this video is because I think that a lot of people are stuck in this kind of same situation, or you just got here. And this is more of a super, super basic CS2 video because a lot of the stuff when you first start playing CS is not really clear. And I know that there's a ton of videos out there now that'll just tell you, hey, this is how you play CS and good luck to you. You know, like if watching a video made me a better CS2 player, I could watch 30 minutes worth of people telling me how to play CS2 and that would make me the best CS2 player out there, right? But that's not really how that works. And a lot of guys that you watch play are teaching you stuff that you haven't even gotten down pat yet. So, you know, a lot of the stuff is really, really basic that a lot of people aren't even talking about, which seems really fundamental. You should already know, but let's just assume you don't. Now, I do have about 2,000 hours in CS, mostly in Go. But what I will say about that is that most of my times playing CSGO was mostly just bullshitting around. I didn't even play competitive. I didn't really care about ranks. I think I got ranked one time and it was like silver 1. But I spent a lot of time just playing like the other bullshit, Danger Zone and Arms Race, a lot of Arms Race, which are still really fun game modes to play, which, you know, Danger Zone's out, but whatever. Armor's Race, or the Arms Race is fun, but the reason I wanted to make this video is because a lot of people aren't going to tell you, hey, you just booted up CS, or hey, you've been playing for maybe a couple hours. Like, what's going on? Why am I doing so bad? So I just kind of want to make this intro video to CS2 because I feel like a lot of people are here. Being at this lower rank, you see a lot of people in their gameplay and you kind of see where they don't really know. And like I said, a lot of the information that's available out there is not really geared for people at these ranks. It's just like, hey, aim better. Okay, that's cool, I guess, but that doesn't really help me. So what I kind of wanted to make this video about was um, really kind of the super, super basics. Like, well, I just booted up the game, or I've just been playing for a little bit, and you know, it's not too much fun to just keep taking losses the whole time. So like the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about was the game's pretty straightforward. 5v5, you know, plant the bomb, CTs, Ts, we all know that if we're already here. But really what I wanted to get into the game is, if you just started playing, is I think that one of the most important things that we should talk about before we even start playing is binding your keys. So this is not like a whole keybind video, but it's just a video to talk about how this is going to help you. And again, it's one of those things where it's just like, well, we know that we do, but a lot of people don't think about it initially. When you start playing, you just kind of take the defaults and that's how you play, right? So ideally you want to set it up to where it's comfortable for you.
To the town of Far Free, where the stranger once was there.
So what we're gonna do here is you want to quick
Maybe
find your
step
keys.
it up this time, guys.
On the floor, we falls around and didn't have too much to say. No
Don't
one
ruin
there
that
to
song
ask us
for me,
business,
dude.
no one there to make us live. The stranger
Just
that a
gonna warm
mountain
up
had a
here.
big run
Big
in
iron
his
Close
on
it.
hip.
his hip.
Big
Big
run in
iron
his
on his
hip.
hip.
Damn, bro. Yes, yes, yes.
Texas
The
Red's
best
my
song.
goat.
What? Привет. Привет.
Здравствуйте, брат.
Alright, so we're just gonna buy some utility here.
Go B.
To just kind of go. Yeah, we're gonna
Nope.
let these guys go. We're playing casual, so one thing on casual is it's really chill. You can just kind of hang out. But let's say, okay, well, we're gonna do whatever. Right, so we're gonna flash, and the thing with flash is I have it set to a key where I can just go to it and then go back to my knife. Right, a lot of people do this scroll wheel thing, and then you get stuck out doing this whole bit. Right, and then you don't know what to do. But let's say I want to flash out here with my bind. I can just throw that out there. Right. Here. With that shooting there, you didn't see that. But that's just kind of a quick, like, hey, this is what really important will help you with the game. And again, I know we're talking about beyond basics, but that's kind of where we are. You want to set up your keyboard where and don't worry, there's no penalty for leaving casual games, but you want to set it up to where your utility is easily accessible and you can switch between your guns. For the default setup, it's 1-2 for your primary and secondary, and the scroll wheel set up to switch between your other stuff. Now, I've already said, like, I've changed it so it's easier for me to get to my mollies, my smokes, or my HEs. So that's really important. And again, that's just something super duper basic that you really need to set up before you even start playing. Now, I know that you're probably not going to be using all the utility in the world or very good at any of using utility, but as you start getting better, that's something that's going to become more and more important as you start ranking up. So you always want to make sure that your keybinds are always set to where you can easily access everything. In your games, if you watch lower games, if you die and you start spectating, you're going to see a lot of people where they're getting caught off guard for absolutely no reason because they're just switching in between their utilities. So again, guys, that's tip number one. I know it's kind of a long video about just binding your keys, but it is very, very important. Get in here, play, you know, just a little casual, and bind your keys to where you are comfortable with and where you can access all your stuff without getting all kinds of confused about just switching in between all your guns and your utility. Um, I don't. I'm not going to tell you how I set mine up because it really doesn't matter. Find what works for you. I don't care if you walk with mouse one. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just find something that works for you, but just make sure that you can do all that easily and quickly. Okay. So again, this is before we even start talking about gameplay. Get into some casual, or just get into an empty game and set up all your stuff and do that. That's it. Simple as that, guys. Remember, step one, bind your keys.